back on the yes, I am the savage. I got 'em mad after the bag.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dante's Analysis and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing an album review to H.E.R's latest project called Back of My Mind. And this album came out on June 18, 2021. So before I get into the actual album, I'm going to give into a little backstory of the project. What H.E.R has said about this project, she said, Back of My Mind is accepting the vulnerability of being able to quiet the noise around me and listen to my own voice. It's the many layers that make me me. It's all of the things that we're kind of afraid to share, afraid to say, and afraid to do. There were a lot of records on this album that I realized were like elevated versions of songs on my first projects. Volume 1 and Volume 2 were sonically, it's vibey. It's like the alternative kind of new R&B sound, but with live instrumentation, and it's a celebration of all things that make R&B, the different aspects, that the different sounds of R&B. R&B is the foundation of all music, and this album is representing this freedom of creativity that people are now accepting of me. Music is my playground and I can do whatever I want. So that's what H.E.R has to say about this project, and I do agree with her because I know when it comes to music, everyone has like their own sonically sound and different genre that they're in, and it's actually very cool that she could express her music, like express her mind into music and show like different sides of her that no one has ever seen before. So it makes it more engaging for the listeners to be like, hey, this is actually sounds a lot different from your past work. So it also does come with the whole like evolving as an artist and using like different sounds just to make it like more enjoyable for the listeners. So I thought that was very cool for her to add that about her project. So this album actually contains 21 songs. It's a long album, but pretty manageable. On track 1, we have We Made It. Track 2, Back of My Mind featuring Ty Dolla $ign. 3, Trauma, produced by Hit Boy and featuring Corday. 4, Damage. 5, Find a Way featuring Lil Baby. 6, Bloody Waters featuring Buttercat. 7, Closer to Me. 8, Come Through featuring Chris Brown. 9, My Own. 10, Lucky. 11, Cheat Code. 12, Mean It. 13, Paradise featuring Young Blue. 14, Process. 15, Hold On. 16, Don't. 17, Exhausted. 18, Hard to Love. 19, For Anyone. 20, I Can Have It All featuring Bryson Tiller and DJ Khaled. And 21, Slide featuring YG. So for this album is actually very enjoyable to listen to from beginning to end. Even though this album may seem long for the listeners, it's actually a very smooth listen from beginning to end. Like I think like last night when I was on track 2 and I was just riding in my car, and next thing I just look on it, just vibing to the songs. And when I look back on the album, I'm already on track like 12 or 13. So I was like, yeah, this is actually a very smooth listen. This album was actually really cool. It mixes with all different sounds, of course, with all different sounds of R&B, regular R&B, alternative R&B, the new versions of R&B that we hear today, mixing with a lot of instrumentations and sounds in the actual music, which is actually pretty cool. There was actually some songs in here that had felt like it had live bands in them, and that was actually really cool to have that extra aspect of that sound into this album. And also, if you guys don't know about her, she's actually very multi-talented. She could play the piano. I think she could play the violin. She could play the violin. Like, she could play a lot of instruments, and I don't know, I feel like now H.E.R is starting to get more recognition that she deserves, but I felt like when she was coming up, I felt like not really a lot of people were really in tune to her as much. I know she has fans now, but I felt like she had like a steady come up then when she had like a very steady come up, and it's actually pretty cool to see what position that she's in now in terms of being in the R&B scene. Like she has a killer voice, and I don't know, man. Like she's very talented, and someone like with her caliber, I feel like she should like dominate in the world, but but time can tell like where she will be in the next like 5 to 10 years. So the songs that I like on this project, I do like a good chunk of the songs on here. I know some of the songs on here they have like a very upbeat and mellow beat here and there, but the song was very groovy and chill. It's basically that type of music that you could like listen to when you're just driving your car around in like the nighttime. And yeah, it's very chill, very relaxing. Like you could definitely vibe on it to like a very like any time of the day. But I would recommend it listen to it more like in the nighttime. And that's really about it. I don't have anything negative to say about this project. I could definitely say that, I mean, again, the album is a little long, but again, you could actually get through this very quickly. And it's actually really cool. And yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about this project. I know with her last two albums, I haven't really reviewed them. I think I was it on the her train when she released those two projects, but now that she has released this project and more people are starting to like listen to her and start recognizing her talents, I was like, you know what, let me check out this project, because I know I've listened to her past project, I mean not her past project but her past songs, and she's insanely talented. So I was like, you know what, when she comes out with the project, I'll definitely review it. And look, I'm reviewing this project, and I can definitely say like this is this is a very enjoyable album. If you're like a fan of like R&B, alternative R&B, and like smooth tracks with like lively instruments in the songs, then I'll definitely recommend this album to you. This album is a killer, and you won't be disappointed at all. And to be honest, that's really all I gotta say about this project. So the rating I'm gonna give this album, I'm definitely gonna give it like a solid 9 out of 10. Again, the lyrical content is good, the production is A1 solid, the amount of features on here is pretty cool. Of course, a lot of like known big name artists on this project, and yeah, man, I definitely enjoy this album from beginning to end. And I know with her, I'm still relatively new to her, so I know that this is like the first project I'm reviewing from her. So I'm actually gonna pay very close attention to her career. So I'm definitely going to see how great she's gonna do in the industry. So I definitely recommend this album to people who like R&B. So the rating that I give hers back of my mind album, a 9 out of 10. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.